This is when we need Democratic leaders to step up and fight, and Democratic Congress member Jim McGovern from Massachusetts is doing just that. Watch what he said moments ago on the floor of the House of Representatives. Let's play it.
I mean, what the hell is going on here? And their cabinet picks so far? I mean, these are like beyond insane. Someone who is credibly accused of having sex with an underage girl. Someone who sucks up to foreign dictators and has attracted major concern that they can't be trusted to protect America's secrets from our adversaries. Someone who paid hush money to cover up a sexual assault accusation, to lead our military. He's picked because Donald Trump likes him on Fox News. Someone who says that tap water turns kids gay. I mean, this is the dream team? This is the dream team? Really? I mean, seriously, it would be funny if it weren't so sad.
Congressmember McGovern continued. Here's what he said. Let's play it.
Daily basis. And they want to blame woke this and woke that. What's woke about thinking special interests should not be able to buy tax breaks? What's woke about telling Chevron and Exxon that they can't dump toxic chemicals into our air and water? What's woke about thinking it's wrong to give tax breaks to billionaires while the rest of us get screwed?
Now, that's the kind of passion, that's the kind of fire, that's how we go on the offense without compromising our values, whether we're Democrats or just human beings who should stick up for fellow human beings. Here's Democratic Congressmember Jim McGovern once again. Play this clip.
They voted for their pocketbooks, and frankly, I don't blame them. You know who I do blame? I blame the billionaires who have rigged our country against working people and spent the last 4 decades squeezing every penny they could out of people. I blame the politicians, including the incoming administration, who have abandoned workers and who have done nothing while the rich get richer and everyone else gets screwed. My friends on the other side, they want to blame trans people. Guess what? Trans people aren't the ones raising people's grocery prices. Big corporations are. They want to blame immigrants. And here's the deal. Immigrants aren't the ones denying health insurance claims, Mr. Speaker. It's the billion-dollar insurance companies that do that on a daily basis. And they want to blame woke this and woke that. What's woke about thinking special interests should not be able to buy tax breaks?
By the way, there's a reason when you look at the stats in Massachusetts, health, wealth, education, other important metrics, the people of Massachusetts are number 1 or top 5. And is it a surprise to you that every single district in Massachusetts voted for Vice President Kamala Harris? On the contrary, you take a look at a state like Oklahoma, where every single congressional district voted for Donald Trump. They're about last in health, wealth, education, you name the metric. It's the exact opposite, but I digress. MAGA Mike Johnson, though, holds a press conference after Congressmember Jim McGovern was on the floor. And MAGA Mike Johnson, or as some people are now referring to him as Donald Trump's Little Johnson, MAGA Mike Johnson says the following. Play this clip.
Hello, everybody. I just want to make a statement for all of you here and be very clear. I was asked a question this morning at the leadership gaggle, and I rejected the premise because the answer is so obvious. For anybody who doesn't know my well-established record on this issue, let me be unequivocally clear. A man is a man, and a woman is a woman, and a man cannot become a woman. That said, I also believe, that's what Scripture teaches, what I just said, but I also believe that we treat everybody with dignity. And so we can do and believe all those things at the same time. And I wanted to make that clear for everybody because there's lots of questions. But that's where I stand. I've stood there my whole life, and those are facts.
So what are these special accommodations that you'll take for?
That was not fair.
Yeah, so you have MAGA Mike Johnson now just explicitly denying the existence of trans people. Remember when they were just like, no, this is just about sports. It's just about sports. No, It was never just about that. It was just about dehumanizing people, bullying people, punching down, attacking marginalized community, going after people who are already vulnerable. You know who does that all the time? It's MAGA Republican Congresswoman Nancy Mace. Her and Marjorie Taylor Greene, they've been going after Congresswoman McBride, who is the first trans congresswoman. She's from Delaware. And here, just watch what Nancy Mace says. Here, play this clip.
Today and last night for fighting to protect women and girls, it's ridiculous. So if that being a feminist makes me an extremist, I'm totally here for it.
Is this effort in response to Congresswoman McBride's coming to Congress?
Yes, and absolutely, and then some. I'm not going to stand for a man, if someone with a penis is in the women's locker room, that's not okay. And I'm a victim of abuse myself. I'm a rape survivor. I have PTSD from the abuse I've suffered at the hands of a man. And I know how vulnerable women and girls are in private spaces. So I'm absolutely 100% going to stand in the way of any man who wants to be in a women's restroom, in our locker rooms, in our changing rooms. I will be there fighting you every step of the way.
Back to MAGA Mike Johnson here. He's asked, so is Representative-elect Sarah McBride from Delaware's at-large district a man or a woman? Here's what MAGA Mike says. Play this clip.
Mr. Speaker, is freshman-elect Sarah McBride a man or a woman?
Look, I'm not going to get into this. We welcome all new members with open arms who are duly elected representatives of the people. I believe it's a command that we treat all persons with dignity and respect. We will, and I'm not going to engage in silly debates about this. There's a concern about the uses of restroom facilities and locker rooms and all that. This is an issue that Congress has never had to address before. We're going to do that in a deliberate fashion with member consensus on it, and we will accommodate the needs of every single person. That's all I'm saying.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes, sir.
Do you plan on bringing Nancy Mace's transgender bill and putting that into the rules package?
I'm not going to address the plans on any of that. I just told you what I'm going to say about the issue. I'm not going to engage in this. We don't look down upon anyone. We treat everybody with dignity and respect. That's a principle that I've pursued my whole life, and we will take care of this, issue of first impression for Congress, as we will any other thing. We'll provide appropriate accommodation for every member of Congress.
Mr. Speaker.
It's time to break up with your trash can. No more stinky garbage or raccoon messes. Lomi is your clean, eco-friendly partner. With Lomi, I get to turn my food scraps into dirt with just the push of a button. It's a countertop electric composter that transforms waste into nutrient-rich dirt in less than 4 hours. I can run it while I sleep, just like my dishwasher. No more smelly trash bins, and it's so quiet I barely even notice it's on. Since getting my Lomi, I've been taking out way less garbage. I used to haul out like 3 full trash bags every week. Now I'm down to just 1. Last night I tossed all the leftovers from dinner into Lomi, hit the button, and by morning it was nutrient-rich dirt instead of a smelly bag of trash. And what I love most is knowing how much waste I'm keeping out of landfills. Less trash means less methane, and with Lomi, I'm turning waste into dirt my plants absolutely love. It's so satisfying to know I'm doing my part for the environment without any extra effort. Getting my Lomi was one of the best decisions I made for my home. I used to feel guilty about all the food waste I was tossing, but now Lomi has completely shifted that. If you're ready to make a positive environmental impact and make cleanup a breeze, Lomi is exactly what you need. Head over to lomi.com/Meidas and use promo code Meidas to get $50 off your Lomi. That's $50 off when you go to lomi.com/MEIDAS and use promo code Meidas at checkout. Say goodbye to food waste and hello to a cleaner, greener kitchen with Lomi. And with the holidays around the corner, Lomi makes the perfect gift for someone on your list.
Here's MAGA Mike again. Let's play this clip.
Mr. Speaker.
Yes, sir.
Do you plan on bringing Nancy Mace's transgender bill and putting that into the rules package?
I'm not going to address the plans on any of that. I just told you what I'm going to say about the issue. I'm not going to engage in this. We don't look down upon anyone. We treat everybody with dignity and respect. That's a principle that I've pursued my whole life, and we will take care of this, issue of first impression for Congress, as we will any other thing. We'll provide appropriate accommodation for every member of Congress.
Mr. Speaker.
And so while you have Democrats like Jim McGovern going on the offense, you also have some Republicans going on the offense, some MAGAs against each other. So here you have MAGA Republican Anna Paulina Luna attacking pretty much Republican senators who want to release the Matt Gaetz ethics report that could implicate Matt Gaetz in child sex trafficking. And Anna Paulina Luna's like, we're gonna come after your stock portfolios. We're gonna look into you if you do that. Here, play this clip.
And I will say that for the senators that are coming forward and stating that they need to read this testimony, let's look into these people's stocks portfolios and how they're becoming multimillionaires off of $175,000 a year. The reason.
And by the way, while all of that's taking place on Capitol Hill, we heard from Donald Trump's border czar today, Tom Homan. And for those who are out there saying, oh, they're not, the bloody mass deportations isn't real, that's not going to impact us, no bloody mass deportations, that's just criminals and terrorists. Well, everybody agrees that criminals and terrorists should be arrested, deported, and be prosecuted to the maximum extent by law. That's not what Trump and they're saying. Trump and them are talking about bloody deportations, going after your abuelita, going after Tio and Tia. That's their plan. Don't believe me? Here is the new border czar, Tom Homan, talking today. Play this clip.
Real quickly, what happens to a mayor or a local police department chief that is under Democratic leadership that obstructs ICE in your federal agents that are helping get these deportations? What happens to them?
Well, first of all, if they don't want to help us get the hell out of the way, we're going to do it. If I got to send twice the amount of resources to that city, that's what we're going to do. If they would give us access to the jail, that would mean less agents in the community. For them pushing back and not letting us in the jail, it just means more agents are going to be in the community, so they're hurting themselves. Finally, I'll say this. They need to educate themselves. They need to review this. Title 8, United States Code 1324, III. Read about that and don't cross that line, because it is a felony to harbor and conceal an illegal alien from ICE. Read the statute, don't cross that line.
That's a warning from Tom Homan right there.
Oh, and back to MAGA Mike Johnson right here, who continues to leave the door open to bypassing Congress and recess appointing people who are accused of sex trafficking, like Matt Gaetz, and others who are accused of sexual assault, like the Fox News host Pete Hegseth, who Donald Trump nominated to be the Secretary of Defense. Here, play this clip.
You left the doors open for recess appointments, but you said, I hope that the Senate is going to do a job. My question, will the confirmation process be the ultimate test of Republican Party unity or bipartisan cooperation?
Well, look, it all remains to be seen. I mean, I genuinely believe that the Senate should do its job. I think it's an important principle for us to maintain that an incoming president gets to select their own team. I think that's an important principle. The advise and consent responsibility is given to the Senate in the Constitution. They need to take that seriously, and they will. They'll properly vet nominees, and that process will play out. But look, I'll just say this about a number of the nominees that have been appointed. I think President Trump is looking for persons who will shake up the status quo. And we got a mandate in this election cycle to do that. The status quo is not working for the American people. And so these are persons who will go in and bring real reform.
Oh, we also got to hear from Donald Trump's FCC nominee. Donald Trump wants this guy, Brendan Carr, to chair the FCC. Here he is just threatening NBC and CBS over MAGA conspiracies. Play this clip.
FCC do to help legacy media?
You know, there's a lot the FCC can do. Broadcasters are differently situated than other speakers. They get free access to a valuable public resource, the airwaves, and they're licensed by the FCC. And the exchange for that is they have to serve the public interest. I think it's important that we take another look at that and we reinvigorate it. There's also a news distortion complaint at the FCC still having to do with CBS, and CBS has a transaction before the FCC. And I'm pretty confident that that news distortion complaint over the CBS 60 Minutes transcript is something that's likely to arise in the context of the FCC's review of that transaction.
We also got news that Donald Trump selected Howard Lutnick, the billionaire CEO of Cantor Fitzgerald, to be the Secretary of Commerce. And here's what Lutnick was known for saying during the campaign. Play this clip.
So the first thing, we must elect Donald J. Trump president because we must crush jihad.
And finally, let me show you here. This is some video of Matt Gaetz that has surfaced where he was donating $1,000 to little girl fundraisers and then showing her an old photo of them together about how much she's grown. Play the clip.
All of your achievements and success along the way. I think you got a great future ahead of you, and I'm looking forward to being a cheerleader for you.
Thank you.
So what's next, huh? Tell me what, you're always working on a fun or interesting project. What are you working on these days?
I am still trying to complete my goal of $7,000 for the Ronald McDonald House. And right now I'm over $6,000.
You're over 6, so you have one more. You only have one more? One more? I tell you what, I'm in for it. The Friends of Matt Gaetz campaign will donate $1,000 so that we can close the final account. How about that? That'd be cool? All right, great. Well, I'll make that pledge and we'll get that to you, and that way we'll complete the goal together.
Thank you so much.
See, look, that's us.
I remember that.
Yeah. You don't look anything like you. Look at how much you've grown.
And finally, here is Democratic Congressmember Jared Moskowitz going on the offense too against foreign interference. Play this clip.
And so I do want to say one more thing, because I think it's tremendously important for my colleagues across the aisle and my Democratic colleagues. It is so important that we don't allow FEMA to become politicized, and that we don't allow disaster aid to become politicized. Laser beams do not start fires in California. We cannot guide where hurricanes go. And you know what? You know who's amplifying that stuff? Foreign accounts. Other countries are amplifying that stuff on social media to divide us, to divide Democrats and Republicans. They want us fighting over disaster aid because it helps their goal. We can't participate in that. We shouldn't amplify that. So,
well, there you have it, folks. Hit subscribe. Let's get to 4 million subscribers, and thank you for watching.
Love this video? Make sure you stay up to date on the latest breaking news and all things Meidas by signing up to the MeidasTouch newsletter at MeidasTouch.com/newsletter.